strategies to make time for yourself. But before we talk about self-care, let's talk about what is self-care. What is self-care? Well, actually, let's talk about what it's not. Self-care does not mean selfish. It doesn't mean you're going to suddenly stop taking care of other people. It doesn't mean you're only going to take care of yourself. In fact, the only way that you can take care of others and continue to be generous is to start by self-care, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you want to continue being the best version of yourself, if you want to continue helping others and being generous to others, you have to have some self-care. You have to replenish. So self-care is actually at the heart of being selfless, not selfish. And I really want that to resonate with you. Self-care is at the heart of being selfless. For you to be able to give of yourself, you have to take care of yourself. Set realistic goals for the day, realistic plans for the day. I talked about goals a while ago and in general, but today I want to talk about goals for the day. Because if you start off the day and you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do all my holiday shopping today. I'm going to have a gourmet meal. I'm going to finish the paper that I have to write. I'm going to do it all today. Guess what? You're probably not going to do it. If you do, I'd like to hire you. You're probably not going to do it. But also, you're going to feel very overwhelmed. And feeling overwhelmed is the opposite of self-care. So when you figure out your plans for the day, put them into manageable chunks. So instead of saying, I'll do all my holiday shopping, maybe you'll just do the kids shopping today or the coworker shopping today. Instead of saying, I'm going to cook the entire meal, maybe today is the day that you do the shopping for the meal. Maybe today you do the first draft of the paper. If your goal is to be healthy, that's an amazing goal. But maybe today is just about making a good lunch. Or maybe it's just about getting through the day without eating sweets. So make it a realistic goal for the day so that you're not overwhelmed. Create a to-do list. I don't know about you, but if I don't write things down, I do not remember. And if you're one of those people who remember everything, that's amazing. God bless you. I'm a little bit jealous. But even if you remember everything, you should write it down. First of all, it creates space in your head. Create space for other things. Because when you're busy remembering it, you're busy remembering it. So give yourself space for other things. But also the process of writing things down also helps you organize the day. So whether you're writing it on paper or on your phone, write it down because it will help you get organized and prioritize. I don't know about you, but I love writing my lists and I love writing them on paper. So if anybody else a big list maker, anybody else love to make lists, let me hear about it. There is nothing in the world like the feeling of crossing it out with a pen for me. Even though I make some e-lists, it's not quite the same. Tell me what you think about that. I see someone here says, absolutely, I love lists. I agree. I love lists also. And I love finishing the list more. So we have this to-do list. It's amazing. It's great. But now what we have to do with this list is we have to schedule our self-care onto the list. Because if it's on your list, you're going to get it done. Now, I don't mean that you necessarily have to have an hour in the day where you're going to go off to the woods and meditate. If you have that kind of life, amazing, continue doing it. But for most of us, that's not realistic. For most of us, it's going to be about making small little self-care moments, and we're going to put them in our day. So maybe it means waking up 5 or 10 minutes before everyone else does. You can have a few minutes to yourself drinking coffee before everyone wakes up. Maybe it means taking 5-10 minutes from your lunchtime to go walk around the block, or just to take 5 minutes for yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, you have to put it in your list. Literally write it down so that you can cross it off, so that you know that you get it done. Let me know what your self-care moments are. For me, at around 3 or 4 o'clock, I make myself a cup of tea or a cup of hot water, and I just sit at my desk and I don't read emails or look at my phone. 3 or 4 minutes. That's it. It doesn't sound like a lot and it doesn't sound amazing, but it really is. It gives me what I need to continue on with your day. So as always, I love learning from my patients and my team. Let me know what your self-care tips are, because maybe I can learn and start using them myself. And now I want to talk about when to schedule it. Okay. So scheduling it, it's really important to choose the time because, for example, some of us have very intense mornings, maybe our jobs, a lot of customers, maybe it's getting the kids off to school. And then we have something else going on in the afternoon. Maybe you're picking up the kids after school, taking care of your parents after school, going for a second job, but the morning is busy, the afternoon is busy, and you're just like usually in between, you're hurrying, you're rushing, you're trying to get a few things of food in your mouth and you're trying to get to the next thing. That's when I want you to schedule your self-care. Right in the middle there is where you schedule your self-care. You're going to say, oh my God, that's crazy. That's the time where I'm trying to get from point A to point B. I can't possibly do it. That's exactly when you need to do it, because you need to replenish before you go to that second shift for that second time in your day. This is the time when you need it most. So schedule it. Don't just write it down. Schedule it in between the intense periods. But now I'm going to talk about the most important thing, because you could do that, right? You can make your goals, write them down, schedule it, put it all down. It looks beautiful. It's on purple paper with pink ink. You're ready to go. But the most important thing is that you actually have to believe that you need it. So I know some of you are listening to this and saying, well, that's really great. This is amazing information. I'm going to share it with my next door neighbor because I really think she can use it. Or I'm going to give it to my coworker because they're super stressed and they need it. Well, guess what? You need it also. And if you don't believe that you need it, you're not going to get this done, but you have to believe that you need it. Because throughout the day, no matter what, you're going to get empty. Your gas tank will run out. And that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of being human. So put self-care into your love, into your life, and into your love. Put self-care into your life so that you don't burn out, so that you can continue being the best version of yourself.